All right. It is almost 7 p.m. and it's Monday. And we're going to prep some Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to work on Odyssey of the Dragonlords. We're going to prep for 1 hour and 1 hour only. And we are going to try and make up some cool stuff to do in the the lands of Pandemonium. Alexa, set a timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
All right. Let's get to it. So we'll switch over to the Gates of Pandemonium. All right. Man, the wind, the hypno rays, the whole deal. It's wild. Okay. So we got this fight waiting for them after meeting with the Fates. But what happens when they get past the gates? Because they will get past the gate. So what else do we got? We have a 21-page guide in less than an hour to relearn everything we can about Pandemonium. Alright, Limbo is the purest expression of chaos in the multiverse, but the plane of Pandemonium shows what can happen when chaos is mixed with a healthy dose of madness. The narrow tunnels of the windswept depths create howling winds, turning every conversation into a shouting match, and carrying strange sounds from across its rocky passages. There is no less populated plane than Pandemonium. With only scattered pockets of mostly insane inhabitants, the number of monstrous residents makes up for the lack of sentience. Still, there's a form of beauty that can be found nowhere else than Pandemonium, where the howling wind whips around you and you hear the conversations of the lost and the dead, a chilling reminder that we all leave our mark in some way. Ooh, I like that. We should just have Chandras, read that, but, pretend that he made it up. Not this, a miracle, the chaotic. Alright, let's see what we got. Oppressive darkness, howling winds, the threat of madness, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we got it. Madness is a constant threat, least populated, all sorts of monsters. The river Styx makes an appearance. Pandemonium also hides dark and terrible secrets in its depths. The planar walls between the outer planes and the dangerous far realm are thinnest here, and many planar scholars point to the far realm as the source of Pandemonium's wind and madness. Enormous creatures born of titanic nightmares ooze through the lower tunnels of Pandemonium's depths, ancient entities from lost epochs beyond time and space. Some caves are filled with ruins of lost cities reminiscent of those found in the plane of ice, belonging to alien elder things. But in the windswept depths, their ancient creations still roam the darkness. Safety and comfort are nowhere to be found in Pandemonium, and travelers that let down their guard in the windswept depths invite madness and death. Nonetheless, there are treasures and wonders to be found across the cavernous layers. Exiled from the plane of Fairy, the Queen of Air and Darkness rules from the unseelie court, in a realm that offers far more insidious threats than the howling wind. Idols and obelisks dedicated to loathsome far realm entities can be found in far removed places, offering hints to the greater blasphemies just outside the planar borders that threaten more than just the miserable lives on Pandemonium. Cursed black diamonds, though rare and powerful, can be found under the right condition in the darkest of tunnels. Oh man, this guy did a good job with this book. Written and designed by Weird Dave Coulson. Good stuff. Alright, Lay of the Land. The entire plane of Pandemonium is contained within an infinite solid mass of stone. It's infinite, like a Minecraft world. This physical nature leads many planar scholars to theorize a link between the plane of Earth and the windswept depths, but the idea is based on little actual evidence. And it certainly doesn't account for the constant howling wind that blows through every single tunnel and cavern. No passage is devoid of the shrieking wind, and no natural light exists anywhere on the plane. Pandemonium is divided into 4 layers, though the barriers between them are ill-defined at best. They are marked largely by the size and nature of the honeycomb tunnels. From the first layer of Pandesmos, with many large tunnels, to the lowest layer, Agathian, absolutely no tunnels. That's awkward. The top layer of Pandemonium contains the largest number of caves, some hundreds of miles wide, with the wind blowing constantly through it all. Some latent property of the stone on Pandesmos makes gravity behave strangely. Creatures and travelers move along the floors, walls, and ceiling with equal ease. This spider climbing effect is detailed under hazards and phenomenons. Alright, so this seems like the easy mode version. That's the one I've run before for Iron Hack. Let's see. The river Styx winds through through portions of Pandesmos as well, creating an easy and navigable route into and out of the plane, though it too obeys its own gravity laws. And in the same cavern can flow up the wall, over the ceiling, and down the other side without spilling a drop. One of the few permanent settlements on Pandemonium, Madhouse, sits in an enormous cave on this layer. Flickers of magical light dance on the crowded streets, winking in and out of existence, adding to the mysterious allure of the city. The tunnels of Pandemonium narrow considerably in Cocytus, creating more dangerous windstorms that bring death and madness. Much of this layer has the appearance of ancient worked stone, and some planar scholars believe the barriers between the multiverse and the alien far realm are weakest in Cocytus? We'll go with Cocytus. The worked stone of the tunnels and caves may be remnants of far realm cities, and the titanic ruins of Shothra, a city of elder things, are tucked away somewhere. Unfortunately, the tunnels are also carry the greatest number of loathsome, slimy monsters, such as Shoggoths, oozes, and other foul monsters. In the realm of Phlegethon, the caves and tunnels of Phlegethon are just as dark as the rest of Pandemonium, but they are accompanied by a persistent slimy wetness over all surfaces. Many caverns on Phlegethon hold stalactites and stalagmites of monstrous proportions, though no rivers or obvious explanation for the condensation have been found. The only other community of note on Pandemonium, Windglum, is found in Phlegethon, built around an enormous stalagmite. Remember, stalagmite might touch the ceiling someday. Stalactite holds tight to the ceiling. So that's how that works. And then finally, we've got Agathion. The lowest layer of Pandemonium is referred to as Agathion. There are no tunnels here. It is a locked layer of isolated cavernous pockets filled with stale air and dangerous void material. And perhaps entities and powers exiled from the rest of the multiverse. These pocket realms are accessible only through portals or by tunneling through the endless stone. Though attempts at blindly digging into Agathion have resulted in numerous cave-ins and sudden disappearances. So it's Minecraft. Cycle of time. There's nothing to mark the passage of time in any of Pandemonium's layers. The winds howl according to their own random schedule, and the darkness is omnipresent and perpetual. Inhabitants of Madhouse and Windglum develop their own methods of tracking time's march, ranging from wildly incoherent to grisly macabre. Surviving. There are many threats to life, limb, and sanity throughout Pandemonium. The darkness is the most evident, followed quickly by the howling windstorms and the constant isolation that drives travelers to madness. These effects are detailed more fully under hazards and phenomenons. The powerful winds that blow through Pandemonium have been known to gust strong enough to rip temporary gates through the planar barriers. Usually these lead to one of three places: air, earth, or the far realm. Thankfully, these gates are temporary and the breaches are often sealed before things crawl through, but not always. Permanent portals to Pandemonium usually exist deep underground, and activating them often requires making some sort of loud noise. This can often draw unwanted attention, so travelers looking to get to the wind-swept depths had better be prepared to face whatever wanders... whatever wanders nearby when trying to find the right portal key. The most reliable means of transportation into Pandemonium is via the river Styx. The blood-red waters wind through the caverns, tunnels, and passages in a twisting, nonsensical pattern throughout Pandesmos to the top layer. Many of the monstrous predators lurking in Pandemonium's perpetual darkness have learned to watch the river Styx and its various tributaries for fresh food. Though many Moranolos have applied the river, knowing a trick or two for keeping the hunger beast at bay. Portals and gates that lead to Agathion can be found anywhere in the multiverse, but usually in and out, out of the way or deliberately difficult places. Carceri may be famous as the dumping grounds of the multiverse for all manner of powerful entities, but Agathion's well-earned reputation for complete and desolate isolation makes it the perfect place to keep dangerous items and beings deemed too powerful to destroy. Alright, we know how we're getting there, and they're high levels, so they'll figure out how to stay alive. Traveling around. A traveler must be able to navigate through the tunnels of Pandemonium in darkness. Carrying a light of any kind is ill-advised, especially out in the meandering passages between the larger tunnels. The monsters that lurk across the plain are drawn instinctively towards the light, and the howling winds make anything but magical light all but impossible to keep lit anyways. Once the problem with sight is dealt with, a traveler needs to deal with the deafening noise of the wind. The effect is fully detailed under Hazards and Phenomenon under Cacophonous Winds, but the practical impact is that speaking and hearing are difficult at best and downright impossible at anything longer than close range. Shouting is the only way to be heard, though the driving wind means the native monsters have dulled senses of hearing, so increased noise shouldn't attract unwanted attention. Beyond the darkness and the shrieking wind, madness and isolation must also be dealt with. Sanity is a fleeting thing in the windswept depths, and those that embrace the madness often find themselves lost and utterly hopeless in the eternal tunnels. There is no predictable factor in all of Pandemonium except for the absence of predictable factors, a conundrum lost on most travelers just trying to find their way in the darkness. Most of the tunnels and passages are free of impediments, making actual travel the least problematic part of the plane. The top layer of Pandesmos has very wide tunnels, big enough for flying ships and a great winged beast, and the trend continues through much of Cocytus, or Cocytus? Man, I wish I knew how to pronounce that. Let's see. Cocytus. Let's see. Cocytus or Cocytus, ancient Greek, is the river of wailing in the underworld of Greek mythology. Okay. It literally means lamentation. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow, learning stuff. Let's see. How pronounce?
Trader Boca, condemned to the frozen lake of Cocytus.
Cocytus. All right, we got it. Cocytus. Cocytus. Cheat sheet. All right. Okay, so let's see. The powerful and the mighty. All right. The darkness, blah, blah, blah. The banished. Despite the overall lack of habitation, Pandemonium does have native sentient inhabitants. They are descended from the first groups exiled to the windswept depths, and planar scholars refer to them as the banished. They are not a large group, existing mostly in communities of Madhouse on Pandesmos and Windglum and Phlegathon. And their mannerisms, customs, appearance, and beliefs vary wildly. Humans, elves, dwarves, tieflings, goblins, genasi, kanku, and many others are counted among the banished, living together in small groups within the cramped cities in the caves of Pandemonium. The unifying factor among the banished is a deeply etched madness imprinted on their very souls. They are wildly unpredictable and dangerous, with many displaying psychotic and paranoid tendencies that alienate family and outsiders alike. They are deeply mistrustful of leadership figures, so the population of Madhouse and Winglum recognize no authority, and there is no central government or force to speak of. The banished work independently, living independently, and deal with their own problems, ignoring the plight of anyone outside their immediate family. We don't need to know about all these assholes. Ibhotheg, the squamous toad. The barrier between the Far Realms and Pandemonium is dangerously thin, especially in the strange workstone ruins of Cocytus. Nonetheless, it seems most of the greater Far Realm powers are confined to that distant plane. Terrible alien beings such as Yog-Sothoth, Azathoth, and Nyarlathotep, names only whispered by maddened sages, degenerate philosophers, and deranged cultists. A few of their servitors have managed to cross, and arguably the most successful of those is Ebotheg, a horrendous monster known as the Squamous Toad. Ebotheg pierced the planar veil separating the Far Realm and entered Pandemonium generations ago. It established a worshipper base among the banished and brought forth many monstrous aliens, such as the Gloomgaunt and Blind Croakers, that now haunt Pandemonium's tunnels. Idols still stand in caves, honoring the godlike loathsome monster, but Ebotheg itself was cast into an airless vacuum in Agathion by a group of powerful planar wizards who recognized the threat posed by the Squamous Toad. Now Ebotheg sits in a vacuum, largely cut off from its creations and worshippers, and the cult of the Squamous Toad has nearly collapsed. For those who seek it out, however, there are certain places holding idols of Ebotheg where the Squamous Toad's croaking whisper can still be heard. Its alien mind seems bent on opening the barrier fully to the Far Realm to release its loathsome kin, and thankfully to date its machinations have been thwarted. But for how long? Alright, that one's pretty cool. What else we got? Master of the Dire Dirges. Some of the howling winds of Pandemonium are more than just shrieks and gusts in empty tunnels. Among the banished in the settlements of the Madhouse and Winglum, there are some who hear music within the piping winds. They are referred to as Dire Dirgists, and the most respectable bard colleges view them as unhinged lunatics. But they follow the teachings of an ancient bard known only as the Master of the Dire Dirges. He was the first to discover music within the winds of Pandemonium. Hundreds of years ago. He followed the music, sounds only he could hear, traveled the caves and tunnels outside the small settlement on pilgrimages in search of the music source. He returned years later changed, claimed that he had found the Symphony of Pandemonium. The Master of Dirges had returned as a bardic lich. Oh, hell yeah. And he stayed in Madhouse for years, teaching disciples how to listen for and harness the winds of the plane. His music was referred to as the Dire Dirge, and he wrote much of it down in nearly incomprehensible tome called The Funeral's Lament. Then one day, the Master of the Dire Dirges disappears. He left a legacy of maniac bards in Madhouse who worked to spread the music of the Dire Dirge across the multiverse, and copies of the Lich Bard's Funeral Lament have been circulating among respected bardic colleges. Most view the theories as total nonsense, but to some, it has been a key to unlocking great potential. As an immortal undead, the Master of the Dire Dirges is likely still out there somewhere, but where? And what forced him to leave Madhouse? Okay. Then we got the Queen of Air and Darkness. The Queen of Fairy the Plane of Fairy is largely ruled by powerful archfey beings of incredible age and importance. They are as different from one another as the seasons, and the courts they hold in their magnificent cities are both wondrous and dangerous. Queen Titania sits at the head of the Summer Court, and it was by her decision the other fairy courts came together to banish one of them from the Plane of Fairy forever. In this way, the Queen of Air and Darkness, a twisted and cunning fairy ruler, was cast out of Pandemonium. She rules the Gloaming Court in a massive cave on Pandesmos, and by her will, the winds blow or do not inside her realm's borders. The queen is attended by thousands of groveling subjects, including a great number of Fomorians who have defected from the Plane of Fairy in service of the Gloaming Court. Wicked sprites of all kind keep tabs on the events in the Feywild, spying and reporting on their actions of the other Archfey courts. For their own part, the Queen of Air and Darkness still longs to return to her home, and many of her diabolical schemes are designed to get enough of the Archfey courts on her side to make a comeback. Few people have seen the Queen of Air and Darkness in person. Her most loyal servants and confidants are twisted shadows of herself. Powerful in their own right, which she can communicate through at will. The sycophants and petty nobles that occupy the gloaming court fight amongst themselves for scraps of respect and words of notice. Well, I know it should be like the post-game content for Witchlight now. Jesus Christ. This is way cooler than like Raven Queen in the Shadowfell. She finds their infighting keeps them sharp. Blah blah blah. Okay, and then we've got Shorgralis the Devourer. Not all of the inhabitants of Pandemonium are exiled. Shorgralis the Devourer is an ancient black dragon with an unhealthy obsession with the Lich, a Serac. A Serac? It's a Serac, yeah. We'll go with that. A powerfully evil being devoted to the consumption of souls from across the multiverse. Shurgalis seeks to harness the same power. While she respects the ancient Lich's prowess, she believes it is her destiny to surpass his legacy and become one with the negative energy that fuels all undead kings. Shurgalis remains a living black dragon. However, she has spent her life gathering knowledge about the negative energy plane and stealing from Acerac's secret hiding places. In a black chasm known as the Fetid Fissure, Shurgalis devotes her time and energy to experimenting with death and the idea of a creature's living soul. She took the title Devourer out of both respect and defiance of Acerac, a split reason that reflects the Black Dragon's fractured psyche and unstable mental condition. So she's like Acerac's crazy fangirl. Okay. Shurgalis has toyed with the idea of becoming a Dracolich, but her natural, incredibly long lifespan means she can enjoy the fruits of life longer without having to resort to bodily transformation into undeath. Within the Fetid Fissure, she tinkers with magical formula, working on a device to capture the souls of those who have died to fuel her manic desire for total control over life and death. She was inspired by Serac's work in the material plane with the Soulmonger and seeks to create a similar device. Thankfully, her efforts so far have proven to be failures, but Shurgalis is nothing if not stubborn and tenacious. Whew. Alright, the things that lurk in the darkness of Pandemonium's endless tunnels and wind-filled caverns are dangerous predators, well adapted to the unique environment. Many of these beasts exaggerated from their material plane counterparts, but largely recognizable. But more than a few defy easy categorization. Things have pushed through from the far realm into Pandemonium that slither, crawl, croak, and ooze, and they seem to hunger for life itself. Okay. We've got Blind Croakers. These seem fun. CR 10, 100 hit points each. Blind Croakers are monstrous creatures that originate from the far realm. They are flabby, massive, toad-like behemoths with wide maw that splits their grotesque form nearly in half. Well, hot damn. Let's see if we can find a picture of these. D&D Blind Croaker. Hey, there's nothing here. Aw. Alright, listen. I know we're not supposed to, mess with this AI or whatever, but let's see what they got for us. Okay. I'm going to take all this, and I'm going to go over to the robot, and I'm going to tell it to imagine such a creature. All right. Imagine a... There we go. A monstrous frog creature. All right. Sounds good to me. All right, it's trying its best. We'll see what kind of horror it comes up with. What do these guys do? A blind croaker is not a subtle creature, and it possesses no talent at deception or lying. It is a behemoth designed to beat down opponents, and its tactics are straightforward and direct. It uses its croak to stun as many people as possible before lashing out with claws and stinger. Blind croakers are the chosen heralds of Ebotheth the Squamous Toad. I feel like this would just be that one frog from Magic the Gathering. Hold on. What's that guy's name? There it is, Yargle. These would just be Yargle, right? Yeah, this would just be Yargle. All right. There we go. Yargle. Adorable. Okay. What do you do, buddy? Critical hit on the Blind Croaker becomes a normal hit. The Blind Croaker is immune to any spell that would alter its form or move it outside the plane against its will. The Blind Croaker has advantage on saving throws, blah, blah. Noxious Aura. Creatures that start the turn within 30 feet take poison damage. That's fine. Everybody should be immune to poison. The Croaker uses Stunning Croak if able, and then makes 2 attacks with a Claw and a Stinger. That is a boring ass monster. Okay. I was kind of expecting a little bit more. All right, let's see what this next creature is. Cave Goat. It's only CR3. The winding tunnels of Pandemos contain numerous strange creatures. Cave goats are the one that give travelers pause. A cave goat appears as a massive goat, nearly 10 feet tall at the shoulder, with scraggly, thin gray hair covering its body, an oversized pair of curving black ram horns over its head. It has no eyes. It makes little noise as it bounds around. Some natural element of the cave goat's bodily juices reacts with the wizard pandemonium to create powerful cold black ice. It can spray ice. Okay. It's kind of neat. Gloom Gaunts. Gloom Gaunts are savage, winged, bat-like horrors spawned from the most alien pits of the far realm. I think we have Gloom Gaunts nowadays since this was published. Let's see. Do we have Blind Croakers? We don't. All right. Do we have Gloom Gaunts? Gloom Gaunt? Okay. We have Gloom Stalker, Gloom Weaver, Gloom Flower, Gloom Wing, Gloom Weaver, Gloom Crawler, but we don't have a Gloom Gaunt. All right. Teach me. What do you do, Gloom Gaunt? All right. Let's see. Where did I gotta sit to? All right. They got an alien form, they're amorphous, they're shadowy, and they have a claw bite. These are like some good information in here, but this is some lame-ass monsters. Alright, what else we got? Mad Slasher. Claw. Fuck. Alright, you got, what else we got? Olm Giants. Olms are giant albino lizards. Wah. Fargion. Fargion are unusual insects. Alien heritage. Curl up and turn it into a ball. I mean, that's kind of fun, I guess. Yeah. Shoggoth. Okay. Shoggoths are one of the most terrifying monsters lurking in the darkness of Pandemonium. Let's see. They are utterly alien. They appear as great masses of black protoplasmic ooze. Constantly forms and reforms mouths, eyes, tongues. All right, maybe now we're cooking. What do we got here? Tentacles, engulfing, multi-attack, spider climb, otherworldly piping. Causes disadvantage on saving throws. But he doesn't do anything that causes a saving throw. So what is the point? Oh my god. All right. It's okay. All right. Star Slug. Among the wind-filled tunnels and caves of Pandemonium, little else is left to decompose. Thanks to the Star Slugs. What can you do, Star Slug? I can spit goop. Okay. I have tentacles. I can climb on the wall. I can see in the dark. Yikes. Well, those were horrible. I'm just gonna just put it out there. That was pretty bad. All right. Let's see. Do we have? Didn't we download another monster manual? I thought we did. Let's see. File. Goddamn. View all recent files. There was like Codex of the Plane, Cursary, Hades. What do we got here? Planar Bestiary. There we go. All right. There's got to be something cooler here. Let's see. Are you sorted by plane? Creatures by outer plane. Fantastic. What do you propose is living in Pandemonium? Howling Dragon. Check. Howlers. Makes sense. More Howling Dragons. Yep. Murskas. Murskas are... it, Where are we at on time? We got time. Murskas, huh? Murskas are basically bugs that wish they weren't bugs, and they wear human skin. I just don't see them having much to do with the high-level party, but let's go check it out. It was not kind of you to send me out into the night. I had to endure the winds of Pandemonium while all of you were safe. Things lurk in the dark. Oh, yeah. Murska is very seldom met in its pure form. Each time it feeds, it assumes some of the physical properties of its latest dinner. Constantly growing and shedding its old skin, the Murska assumes the form of its latest meal. Having eaten a horse, its carapace gradually molts to reveal a dapple gray hide of a horse beneath. Mane and head form misshapen and blobby. Eesh. I mean, they're super cute. But, like, stat block is kind of a mess. Wheh. Big wheh. Alright. I'm kind of defeated by how bad these monsters are. Oh, well. It is what it is. So let's see. Hazards and phenomena. The most striking feature of Pandemonium is its namesake, the wild, howling winds that creates a complete uproar of sound. The wind is dangerous and omnipresent, but there are other dangers to assail travelers as well. Unprepared visitors often end up gibbering in the tunnels, awaiting a swift death from the monstrous denizens that prowl the tunnels. Cacophonous wind. The wind is incredibly loud. Okay. They're just going to use their psychic ability to talk to each other. The most immediate effect is that creatures must all shout to be heard. Oppressive darkness. The darkness of Pandemonium is black, consuming presence that creates a claustrophobic atmosphere in the already cramped tunnels and caves. Coupled with the wind, unprotected torches get blown out in one round after being lit, and even protected lanterns only last 1 minute. All light sources, regardless of source, are only half as effective on Pandemonium. And the darkness eventually consumes magical twilight as well. Usually these light sources extinguish at the worst possible moment for a group of travelers. Okay. Beyond the winds, Pandemonium inflicts madness upon visitors that quickly becomes debilitating. At the end of every short or long rest on the plane, non-native creatures must make a DC 14 intelligence saving throw. On a failure, the creature gains exhaustion, but they can only gain 1 level exhaustion from its effect. Creatures that suffer from at least 1 level exhaustion while taking a long rest on Pandemonium must roll a 4d6 to get a bullshit madness that they won't roleplay effectively. Okay. Let's see. Pandemonium Windstorm. Windstorms are a constant threat on all layers of Pandemonium, except Agathion with its sealed caves. The windstorm can appear suddenly without warning, causing untold damage in the area, before dying down just as quickly. A typical Pandemonium Windstorm lasts for 1d10 rounds with variable effects. Roll on the table below to determine the exact threat posed by a particular windstorm. Rarely, a storm changes effects each round. Okay, so pebbles, thunder, ice chunks, a confusion spell. Let's see, Pandesmos, spider climbing. The top layer of Pandemonium, Pandesmos, has an unusual effect on gravity. Any creature with a walking speed is able to walk along the walls and ceiling of the caves and tunnels without having to make an ability check. It has been observed that some larger caves, it's possible to hang suspended in the absolute center, but this situation is rare. Normally, objects and creatures fall towards the closest surface, meaning it's possible to jump up and land on the ceiling in some areas. This effect extends to buildings and natural features as well. The river Styx meanders through wide tunnels, blah, blah, blah. All right. What else we got here? Black diamonds. Pretty nice. The largest black diamond is known to be in the possession of the Queen of Air and Darkness in the Gloaming Court. It is widely believed that the object formed the crux of her fall from the plane of Fairy and the courts of the Archfey, or at least it was a catalyst that propelled her rapid descent. It also explains why she moved her Gloaming Court to Pandemonium in the first place. She has teams of dark fairies hunting for black diamonds at all times, and they have strict orders to return them to her personal palace if found. The Queen of Air and Darkness uses the black diamonds in never-ending efforts to tear down Queen Titania's Court of Summer in a blaze of fire, ruin, and destruction. Man, that's pretty cool. Okay. Blizzard Halls. The wind blows. I'm just gonna move. I'm just gonna make this right here so I can see what's going on. The wind howls cold and frozen in the blizzard halls, a series of connected caves in this remote region of Pandesmos. Snow, ice, and wind billow around. There is a being here known as the Trickster. The Trickster is said to have an invisible castle in the blizzard halls, and it is by the will of the cold winds and the snowstorm rages. The frost giants hunt beasts that stumble into their territory, eating the meat raw and frozen, while mumbling to themselves about the whims and wiles of the trickster. They believe anyone could be the trickster in disguise, so they are careful upon meeting new visitors. Okay. Unfortunately, the dead don't stay dead for long, and this region has become plagued by frost giant zombies, hungering for fresh life of any kind. Is this the work of the trickster, testing the frost giants? The frost giants certainly think so, and they are careful not to disturb the snowdrifts when interring the recently fallen in the blackened tombs. I like that. I like that one a lot. Let's see. Ice, cave, maps, VTT. We could definitely do something like that. We haven't got to do any ice adventures in this campaign. Do I just make an ice map myself? That's the real question. Probably. We have 30 minutes till the game starts. Can we make an ice map, populate the ice map, and get it into Foundry in 30 minutes? We won't know unless we try. All right, here we go. So we're going to go over to Incarnate. All right, and we're going to create a new map in Incarnate. And this is going to be a big boy map. We're going to make this map custom. And it's got to support giants, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to do 80 by 50? No, that's 800. That would be a very big map. Create map. So big. All right. Let's see. We've got to go to the paintbrush, and we've got to make the background. We're going to make the background. We're just going to make it obsidian because I'm super lazy. So just grab everything. Go like that. Apply. Cool. Then I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go down to here, and I'm going to go to rotation and size, and I'm going to turn the opacity down, and then I'm going to apply this again, just to break up the texture a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to go to here, and we're going to go for ice. Cool. Sure. And we'll go with this, and we'll do that. We'll go to the foreground layer. No. The foreground is the one in the front. The background is the one in the back. Okay, so we actually need it to be like this. So let's try again. Bring this up. Apply. Okay. Then we're going to lower the size, change the rotation, change that, apply again. Then we're going to go to the foreground. And we're going to apply. And I think I'm doing this right. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a mess here. We'll see. Okay. And then we have to dig out the tunnel. Wait, why are you still fucking grass underneath? You're killing me. Alright, hold on. Alright. I can never... I'm so dumb. I just don't know how... I don't know what else to say. I'm just really dumb. Alright. Yeah. So we're going to go here. And... Okay, so why is the foreground still like a different color? Whatever. Fuck it. Let's go to... Where's the thingy where it shows me all the... Yeah, here we go. Cool. And we don't need ripples. We don't need outer shadows. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that seems fine. Lower this roughness a little bit. Cool. All right. So, 27 minutes left. It's got to be big enough for giants. Let's turn on the grid so we have a general sense of what we're doing here. And let's see. Yeah. So we'll have it go like... Alright, we'll have it go like that. And then it'll open up into this room right here. Cool. And then it'll keep going. And then we're going to have a big ass room right here. Because I want to have like the river Styx slowly flowing through. But it's going to be like all frozen and shit. There we go. Cool. And then this will go up. And down. And out. Nice. It's beautiful. Perfect. It looks like it came out of Dungeon Draft with default settings. Alright, so let's see. It's certainly big enough. How do we make the River of Frozen Blood? Do I got stamps for that? I don't think I got stamps that could do that. Let's see. We got ice walls, we got ice things, and for blood, we've got blood crystals, which are kind of cool. I feel like crystallized blood, maybe, could do it. All right, so we'll go here, we'll rando, we'll do a larger area and a higher density. There we go. And I guess I will paint a frozen crystallized river of blood. There we go. Wow, that's honestly pretty heavy metal. I think that's pretty cool. All right, what do we got that's red? I got a red carpet. I got some extremely red lava. That lava is called deep lava because it is that big, I guess. Let's see. reduce the size, and yep, okay. Brush works. Just go through here, do this real quick. There we go. All right. Frozen river sticks hovering in the air in this chamber. I like it. Okay, what else could we do to make this a bit more interesting? Let's go in here and we'll type in ice again. And I'm going to go ahead and add some snow, even though there really wouldn't be any, because, you know, that's fun. And some snow drifts here. There we go. Some snow piled up. It's nice. And snow. Just to kind of break up the monotony a bit. There we go. Okay, that works. And yeah, there we go. Cool. And let's see. I really don't want to lay down like actual walls because I'm just not really feeling it. So I don't know. Here is some broken ice. That looks kind of cool. All right. So we'll just put some of those here and there. Just kind of, yeah. There we go. Cool. Sometimes it doesn't have to be an award-winning map. Sometimes you just need a map for an encounter and you're done. Now, admittedly, this is like all set piece battles, so I could definitely have a much nicer map than this, but oh well. Tell you what, if they don't get to this part tonight, then we can pimp the map and make it even nicer for next time. Does that work for everybody? Cool, cool, cool. All right. I think I will take it as is. Let me just see if there's any ice stuff I could put down here. No. Let's see. Cave. Ooh, there is this frigid wall. Could we lay these out quickly, though? That's the question. Probably. Oh, wow, they're really big. Let's see. Well, it certainly looks better than what we have, but like, man, that's like a lot of tunnels to like drop all this shit on. I don't know. Let's see. I think we just have to go, if we're going to do it, we got to go faster. So if it's not the right size, we just put it off to the side. There we go. Wow. This is where Dungeon Draft is like a little bit of a winner because like you can just tell it use these particular stamps to make these fucking walls and it'll do it. So yeah. Let's see, go like that. There we go. Now something we can do is I could always go back in and expand out the walls too.
Yeah, you know what? We could probably get this done. Oh, shit. 42. Mhm. Well, now we have so many down, we have to finish. Like, gosh, guys, can't just leave it. I hope. Let's see. Alright, over here. Like so. Good. Keep getting the same shitty, like, corner piece wall. Mm. There we go. All right, switch that around right here. There we go. Oh, wow. Why is that one so big? Okay. Mhm. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll have one of them shaggy llamas or whatever the hell they were called, shagos. We'll put one of those in there, and we'll have some frost giants who were separated from their hunting party, and they are being hunted by this creature. They got lost during a raid. They don't know where they are. They don't know what's happening, and yeah, that should be pretty good. Oh, I know, I know. It's almost time. I should have probably abandoned it. Now I'm like so close to finishing that the hyperfocus won't let me stop till it's done. How sad. All right. Bring that in there. Cool. Okay. Looking good. And bring that up. Sweet. We are so close, y'all. There we go. All right. Drop that big chunk down right there. Drop that chunk right there. Yeah. Go. So I wonder what the effects of a frozen River Styx is. Kind of excited to find out. All right. Almost there. Okay. I think that is it. Now we just got to go in with our paintbrush and fill in these edges a little bit. Nope, sorry. Go in with our sculpting brush. There we go. Just bring it out to the edges. There we go. Mm-hmm. Cool. There. Now we have a horrible winding frozen tunnel that also has a giant river of crystallized hell ice in it. What more could we ask for? Let's see. I could ask for like big chunks of ice instead of the same damn pieces over and over again. Cool. All right. Get this and save. All right. Panda Frost. 12 minutes. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Go here. And where's the export button? There we go. Yes. Save and export. Oh, shit. I wanted to like make it higher res. Hold on. Let's see. We'll kick it all the way up to 6K. There we go. And then we just have to leave it alone while it does that, which is a little annoying. Overall, though, should be pretty easy to light. We're going to make it 50 pixels, so it's actually going to be 160 by 100 wide, which is crazy. Okay. So now we're in here. We're just going to go ahead and add some embellishment real quick with some lights. I could have done it in Incarnate, but I'm just going to do it here. There aren't actually any lights, as we just learned in Pandemonium, so I don't know what I think of doing here other than, I don't know, just trying to make this look bloodier, I guess. There we go. Let's see. New. Do all that. There we go. And ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, let's go with that. All right. And that's really all we could do because there are absolutely no lights in this place at all. So let me flatten this and save it. And then we'll save it out as a WebP. Here we go. WebP. And it's going to be a 80 by 50. Okay. And while that is exporting, we should probably go back into Foundry, which hopefully hasn't kicked us out. And we're going to go ahead and do tile template wide. Drag that over to Vaults of Hades. Go in here. And I believe this should be exported by now. So let's see. All right, Prime post game maps. This is the Ambrosial path, which is just full of insanely cool maps. And then this one that I made. All right, so let's grab this. Could do it. Come on. Now the cool thing about Pandemonium is easy to light. Just saying, it's easy to light. There's literally there's no lights in Pandemonium. All right. I don't think I grabbed the right one, y'all. Did I? Oh, I did. All right, sweet. Okay. So let's see. We will make it 8,000 by 5,000. There we go. Then we will go to yeah, and we'll call this Panda Frost. It's a good name as any. We'll go into the grid, and we'll lower that grid down. We're also going to change the grid to be increments of 50, making this map ginormous. And I have to leave the lighting on because I need to be able to draw these flippin' walls. Aw, Alexa, stop the timer. All right, so we're going to wall the whole thing with that, and then we're going to go here. And yeah, I guess we just drag along these walls. There we go. It's certainly not done in time. We have 7 minutes, but there's no way in 7 minutes that I would be able to light this, not light this thing, but wall this thing, because it's a big-ass map, so the tool keeps stuttering. And then we still don't have creatures, so I don't know which is more important. Probably having creatures would be more important. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Burning Hound? You know, I could probably poke around at this before they get in here. Let's see. For creatures, we just need some frost giants. Okay, so let's see. Frost giant zombie, check. All right, that's easy enough. And then frost giant hunters. Let's see. Do I have any CG frost giants? Of course I do. All right. Grab those. All right. And then frost giant, zombie, frost giant everlasting one, frost giant frost maiden, frost giant champion. There we go. And are you, what is it called? Shoggoth? There we go. All right. What do you got, Shoggoth? CR19? Yeah. It's all right. Okay. Cool. Shoggoth is apparently just a big slime? Is that... Yeah, I don't know much about Cthulhu. There he is, just a big black slime. Okay. Adorable. So yeah, they're just dealing with that thing that's hunting them in the darkness. Okay. Cool. All right, well, we are done for today. I'll be back in 5 flippin' minutes to run some level 16 Dungeons & Dragons until 11:30 at night. Red Kobold Gaming will be streaming. I will not be hosting because it doesn't exist anymore because Twitch apparently hates all of us. Player streaming not coming until late November. All right. Talk to you guys next time.